trouble, ruin, ask Alma. Evil, do it, ask Alma. I'm for you, ask Alma. Are you down, feeling low? Are trials weighing heavy on your mind? I know a place we can go. Sit back and unwind. Grab a seat, put up your feet, and we'll ask Alma. Ask her anything. She has a certain flair for being tough, but always fair. So if you need someone who cares, ask Alma. Problems big or small, she has the answers to them all. So drop your questions, have them solved by Alma. You can ask her anything. Trouble, ruin, ask Alma. Evil, do it, ask Alma. I'm for you, ask Alma.
Hey, how y'all doing? How are y'all? I'm serious. Like, I really want to know how y'all doing because I want you to ask me how I'm doing. That's why I'm asking you how you doing. That's why people ask you how you doing because they really want you to ask them how they do. There you go. Hi, Tracy. Love that theme song. Mary Lou Diva girl, how you doing? Hey now, hey now. How are y'all today? Okay. Thank you, Mary Lou. How am I doing? Girl, it's been a day. Okay. I'm telling you, the week actually. Okay, so it's Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday of this week have really been it's been something. Hi, Sherelle. Sherelle will be on our show soon. I need her to confirm a date. I have a date, Sherelle. I'm going to send you because y'all been traveling. I'm going to send you a date and see if you guys can work that out. I would really appreciate that. Ayana, girl, how you doing? Y'all, Ayana let me hang out with her. Y'all know young people. It was fun though. It was a lot of fun. Absolutely a lot of fun. Um, it has been a tough week, you guys. So I'm gonna need you to help me out a little bit. Help a sister out. Okay. I would appreciate it. And tell me something good. Tell me something good that happened to y'all this week. Cause like I'm really looking for something good that has happened to me this week, but I'm sure I can find something. But tell me something fantastic that has happened to y'all. So come on in here. Y'all already in here. My regulars, my almond joys are just talking it up, having conversation. Because that's what we do. That's what we do. We have conversations. So newbies, and my cousins, all 119 of them. And Sharon. Oh, Sharon is early tonight. Hey, girl. No, I'm just messing with you. I always say we can't start the show until Sharon logs in. Virginia State homecoming was amazing. I heard. And Howard, I heard theirs was fantastic too. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Gail. How are you? Good to see you. Boogaloo. Uh huh. How are you? My annual girls' trip was awesome too. Fantastic. How many girls went on the trip? Let me know. That sounds like fun. I like girl trips. Actually, I take girl trips with Mary Lou. Yes, we do. But we can't talk about our girl trips. Yeah. Mm. Can't mention no names. Can't mention no names. That's all I'm saying. But they are a lot of fun. Super, super fun. So, where is my BFF, my co pilot, Dee Dee? Come on in here. 11 of you guys. Oh my goodness, Sherelle, that sounds so good. That sounds so good.
That's a
Dee
lot of
Dee.
girl power in one group. I
Yeah,
love it.
we only
Woo!
do three. We
Yeah,
just do
four,
three.
top
Yeah, four
three.
tops. Can't be more than four. No,
Well,
and
first,
the
go ahead.
fourth person has to be especially invited because
Right.
three three are enough.
That's a
Yes,
lot.
indeed. A
Well, first
lot,
of all, I need you
lot.
to send me that shirt because I have pants and I need that shirt. That one you have on. You ain't got to wash it. Send it to me and I'll wash it myself.
I absolutely will because I was thinking when I put it on, and I'm not just saying this, and I know y'all gonna think I'm just saying this, but y'all know we've been friends forever.
Ever.
And when I put it on, I thought this shirt would be so much cuter on D, but I'm just gonna put it on tonight because I already have it on and we're gonna do the show.
Oh,
But yeah,
good, good.
I had already thought about sending it to you because it's more of a D shirt
Okay,
than
yes.
an Alma shirt.
So
And I'm sure
go
you
ahead
can
and send it.
clearly see that. Yes, 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 yes,
I
yes.
just need the
It's on the
color.
way. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
it's
Appreciate it.
on the
Hi,
way. You're
Mary Lou. How are
welcome.
you? You asked for some good news. I just confirmed graduation dates for July.
What?
They just
That is
posted them.
fantastic
Woo-hoo!
news.
Yeah, so
Woo-hoo. Oh,
it's one of
girl.
3 dates. So as soon as I get, of course, as soon as I get it, I will. For those of
Yes.
you who are just joining us, I'm getting my master's and I graduate in July. So I'm very, very excited about that.
Woo-woo.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Didi. I'm so excited for you too. Super excited. We have to celebrate.
Oh, we will.
I don't know where we're going. You can
So
pick it.
we will. We will.
I'm
So
right
that will be
there.
a huge celebration. I got to celebrate before I start paying back those student loans. Before they start
Absolutely.
asking for the money. Yeah.
Andrea, I think Andrea is probably, other than Lynn Webb, I would say Andrea is my oldest friend. Love, 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 love you, girl. It's nice to see you on with us tonight. It's funny to be in a place where you can say that, like
Yes.
oldest friend, because so many years have gone by. I mean, so many years. I think we started hanging out. I think we were like 12, 11 and 12, but
Oh
Andrea,
wow.
me if I'm wrong,
I
but
thought we had like what we have 36 or something. And I thought that was a lot.
hey,
Right.
I asked you to be adding.
Well, we were 12 too. Come on now. You've already told everyone how old you are. You told them multiple times, so they can
Yes,
add.
I
I'm
have.
assuming they did first grade, second grade math.
Yes, yes. I but I do want to say uh in your continuing education and to get your master's degree is absolutely commendable. And I'm excited for you because I know what your new path is
Yes,
and where you're
I'm
headed.
excited about
And
that.
I am so, so excited for you. I am, praying for you, and I'm gonna be right there rooting you on because I'm going in the opposite direction.
Well,
I am
what
really
I
looking for
realized,
retirement.
right?
Right. So
Listen,
we,
I can't afford to retire.
we'll be
What
right
I
there.
realized is like I've heard students like getting the 11th hour. Like you hear about people dropping out in 12th grade, and you're like, why would you do that?
Mhm.
That 11th hour is the hardest. It really is. Like you
It
just
is.
go, it's smooth sailing, and then you get to those last couple of months, you're like, do I really need to do this?
I
I don't
really
really
want
need to
to
do this. I'd rather sleep and do this assignment. So I understand that now. What
Mhm.
that feels like is like just crashing, like hitting a wall. Like I can't. You hear people writing about the PhDs, writing dissertations, and they get to
Yes,
near the end, and it's really, really hard. And that's really when the people need, the most encouragement because
absolutely. Yeah.
it's
Which is
exhausting.
right. It was just right on your path.
Right.
PhD is next. So
Oh,
there
no,
you
no, no, no,
go.
no, no, no,
Don't say
no.
no.
I'm
Don't
done.
say no.
I'm done.
In this moment,
I
in the
waited 40
11th
years to
hours.
get this one. I can't wait another 40 to get the next one. So I think I'm done.
Mm,
Yeah, actually, Tracy says she looks like a future doctor. And
that's right.
stop
Tell me,
it,
Tracy.
Tracy. Whatever.
Tracy can go and get hers too.
Well,
Actually,
Tracy can tour and help me pay for it. Is that a deal? We'll do that.
that would be fantastic.
Yes.
I was just corrected by our producer that I should restate that Andrea is not my oldest friend. She is my longest
Longest
friend
friend.
because that's right. We're not that old. It's only what couple years.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I told y'all I called HR because I told them they had the wrong age for me.
Yes.
Really, that like I cannot even believe how old I am sometimes. Like
And
I
yet,
think,
when you say it out loud, you're like, is that right? Like, even when you have to spin, if you fill out something that asks you for the year, and it
yes.
feels like you're on, what's that show? Price is
Yeah,
Right.
Price is
And you're
Right.
spinning
Yes.
the thing trying to get to your year. You're like, wait a minute. Does it start with the 19? Like, that can't be right.
And even the neighbor down the street, I said to Gil, I don't know why that old lady want to be my friend. Like and I was thinking, oh dang, I might be older than her.
Girl.
Like it just Like I just cannot catch up to it. But I'm
Yeah.
glad because my doctor actually said if you feel young and you think you're young, you'll live longer.
You
So
live longer, right?
that's a wonderful thing. Speaking of living longer, well, it ain't got nothing to do with living longer, but I guess it's
Long
time.
friends.
Long friends and long time people are waiting to come on to the panel.
Yes.
So without further ado, where is my panel? Courtney, Lee Ivory, the mayor is with us, and I could not be happier. How you, May? Go ahead, niece. I'm listening.
So I'm like, okay, so Dee said she's getting her master's, and my feel good thing is so just small and like I'm like, how do I follow that? It really is.
Small. No,
the best thing that happened to me this week, I started exercising again last week, and I exercised this week. And I didn't feel like I was gonna die.
Yeah, that's big.
Great accomplishment.
That is huge. That is
last week huge. I was like
I do that just walking the stairs. Listen, I opened my laptop to do my homework and I was winded. So you are
Lee, you go to the gym.
Great accomplishment.
Well, the thing is, great. I mean, it's more than a notion because I think you guys know that back in April, I stepped over the bottom stair and broke my right ankle, tore my left quad tendon. And so I had to have serious surgery. And I was the fire department was coming in, getting me and taking me out of the house and bringing me back in. So I'm back in the gym now doing 6 miles on the bike and doing my weights and doing my leg.
You're doing better than me. 6 miles on a bike. Listen, I can barely lift up one leg. They're like, lift up a leg. I'm like,
but I'm telling you, Courtney, I got to do it, or I'm gonna be walking like Walter Brennan. You know,
you'll be like Fred Sanford, huh?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I don't drive 6 miles, so you know, I'm giving you.
I know,
right.
And Alma, if you give Dee that shirt, Dee, you got to give me your blouse because I have jeans that would never.
Okay, it's on its way.
We do the switch. We absolutely do the switch. And Courtney, I actually like that sweater.
You know what? This sweater is a gift from an ex, and you know I tried to get rid of stuff from exes, but this sweater I was like, nah.
I like this.
If it has you keep it.
I think if you like something from an ex, you should very well keep it. Absolutely. You earned it, and it should be yours and belong to you. Yes,
because he was crazy as hell. So I
you are lucky. You are lucky.
All you got left
is a sweater. You did good. You did very, very good.
You didn't shred it and leave it next to your dead rabbit. You good.
So that is. Lee, is that your good news? Because that is fantastic that you are back in the gym.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, and thank you, Tracy, for the well wishes. Yeah, I mean, it's been a road.
I do, Cheryl.
But I'm back there. So my next thing is it's supposed to be like 80 degrees, maybe tomorrow and Thursday.
Oh.
So this will be, hopefully, this week will be my first motorcycle ride.
You don't ride alone, right? You don't ride alone, do you? You don't ride alone, right?
I mean, I don't go far alone.
Yeah.
But
you part of a biker club?
No.
His club is him.
He has a special gear, though.
Yeah.
He's dressed like a cyclist.
If I could just ride from here to Manassas and back, I'd just say I did. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he loves it. At the end of April, it didn't look like I was going to be doing nothing this summer.
Right.
So
Lee,
I did want to ask Miss D, this will be my good news, because for like the last couple of weeks, you've been wearing that shade of lipstick, and I keep wanting to ask you, what color is that?
I don't even know, but I'll look at it and I'll send you one. I'll find it and send you one. It's a perma-tint. Like it's on till tomorrow afternoon. Like no matter what I do,
that's what we like.
Yeah,
that's what we like. We wake up still looking beautiful.
Different than the one I had on last week, but they came together. So
oh, it looks similar, but I love it. I really do.
I think it's just the camera.
Once again, I'm left out. I'm the only one not wearing lipstick tonight.
We're glad you're not.
I will happily send you this shade as well, please.
And the blouse. And the blouse.
You know what, though? I'm glad we mentioned lipsticks because I just recently purchased new lipsticks from the Lip Bar. Remember the two women who were on the Shark Tank and they called them roaches, which really infuriated me.
They called the women roaches?
Yes. The guy said, you know, you guys, it was horrible.
Wow.
And I thought I'm going to support them just because he called them roaches. But anyway, I got to look for that clip and send it to y'all. It was terrible. As a matter of fact, a whole bunch of people then bought lipstick from them because they were furious too that they called them cockroaches. Like, are you serious? Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, but I just bought lipstick from them and I'm very, very happy about it. So this is a shout out to the Lip Bar if you guys want to go online and buy
the only thing I don't like about the Lip Bar is that the bottle is so small unless it's bigger online. Like I bought it from Target because they have like a section and the bottle was like this and I'm like,
I think the one online is bigger.
Okay, it has to be.
But mine is a stay on tint too. And Lee will wrap this up. But the stay on's like, tomorrow you still have your lipstick on. But D, you know I'm all for that. I always have lipstick.
Always.
Always. I could be homeless, but I got on lipstick. Okay. I'll go nowhere without my lipstick.
And anyone that is traveling with her has on lipstick. Yes, because I have on a burlap bag.
Yes.
And a bonnet, but you were not a bonnet. But but you have on lipstick.
Yes. So Gail said I purchased from the Lip Bar too. Yeah, it does. It stays on for a long, long time. So ladies, I was gonna bring up Jada, why not? But hi Danielle, how are you?
Hey Danielle.
I got a better one, I think.
You got a better one than better than Jada?
I got a better one than Jada. I think. Well, maybe not better, but it's still kind of I don't know who this woman was, but she was on, it was either Instagram or TikTok last week. And it was her first date. And the dude took her to Cheesecake
Factory.
Mm-hmm.
And she refused to get out of the car.
Oh, because they were at the Cheesecake Factory?
Because they were at Cheesecake. Cheesecake. She refused to get out of the car. She said that she rated way more than Cheesecake Factory. And how dare he bring her to the cheese. Sherelle, see, Sherelle saw it. Oh, and the internet went crazy. It went crazy. Mostly it was people lighting her up, but
they are a chain restaurant. Because where I actually have been listening to, because now I do audibles. I don't read too much because I'll listen to it. But I was recently listening to the book, the woman who's the mom on Blackish.
Okay.
And so she was talking about how she met a dude and he took her to the Cheesecake Factory and she said, y'all know I'm a diva. Like, what? What?
No movie star. She's just a regular person like us. And Cheesecake Factory is a very nice restaurant.
Well, you have to, if you're going on a date, you got to kind of establish what the expectations
Jennifer
are.
Lewis, that's her name.
Jennifer Lewis,
Thank you,
Jennifer Lewis. Yeah, first date.
You know
what I mean? Cheesecake Factory.
Gil took me to Applebee's. On our first date.
I mean, first date, you ain't taking nobody.
Right. Although today I heard on a popular talk show that I happened to be listening to that this woman was taken to a cemetery on the first date because the question was, would you go with him to the cemetery on your first date? Like he did a picnic.
Where are we going? Like, does he need to put flowers on his mom's grave?
No. It was up on a hill, and it basically looked down in the town. Like, it was a place where it had a good view.
Did they have a picnic up there?
They had a picnic up there, and just like the one woman said, I need to know a little bit more before we went because it's the first day.
The answer is no. Even if you was putting flowers on your mama's grave, I don't know you like that, sir.
Exactly.
You won't go to Cheesecake Factory, but you go to
first of all, I'm not a fan of Cheesecake Factory, but I didn't say I wouldn't go. I didn't say you have to establish, but I would go to the cemetery.
My cousin in St. Louis said that she did a first date with this guy one time, and they were driving down the street, I guess headed to the restaurant, and he said, "You know what? Instead of going out to eat, why don't we just go to the hardware store?" And she said, "The hardware store?" And he said, "Yeah, so we can pick up the tools to start building our relationship." She said she told him, "Pull over right here. just let me out right here."
See, I thought he was just trying to be cute.
I would have went. I would have been like, "Oh, okay."
I would have said, "We gotta eat first. We gotta eat first. We got home before close. We need to
go call my sister to come pick me up." Pull over.
I got out of a car at a gas station on a first date because the guy got out to pump gas. Y'all know I'm nosy. I opened up the glove compartment. Yeah, you know I did. So I was looking, and inside the glove compartment was his wallet, which I opened up. And inside it had his wedding band, and it was a picture of his family, like him and his wife and his kid.
Oh, he had the ring in there.
Yeah, and when he came back and got in the car, I was like, "I'm sick, and I might throw up in your car, so I'm gonna get out." And yeah, I'm out. So yeah, and you know what was really weird? I had to be maybe 18, and I remember going to my cousin's house, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this guy asked me to go out. He was married. Like I can't believe it." And she was like, "Girl, that's gonna be like your first one." Because some you will know and some you will never know. So like, yeah.
I had the guy that he dropped me off, and he was telling me that he was moving out of his girlfriend's house because his wife was coming back from Germany. She was stationed in Germany, so he was gonna have to move from the girlfriend's house because the wife was coming back. And I was like, "You got me out in public." Like at any point, any one of these women could have bashed me in the back of my head,
Oh my gosh! I think
I did a little more screening since then.
So Alma, did you ever tell him?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Did you ever tell him?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, because we actually I met him at a place where I had just been hired, so I had only been on the job like 2.5 weeks or something like that, and then he had asked me out. So I was like, okay. So yeah, when I was at work, I told him. I said, and I told him what I did. I said, "I'll open your glove compartment," because I was trying to figure out what.
I thought you were gonna say there was a gun in there or something.
Did he cop to it?
No, he was like, no, that's not what. I was like, whatever. And really, he was way too old for me to be going out with him anyway. So it really didn't like break my heart or anything. Because I think at the time he was like 29, which I thought was real old because I was 18.
But Tracy said that she went fishing on the first date, and after a few beers, she was okay with it.
I know, it tickled me.
I like fishing. I like fishing.
Have you guys ever looked at someone's medicine cabinet?
No. Let me tell you why. I've never looked at it because there's this thing that has been going around for years and years and years where people would put marbles in their medicine cabinet. So when you opened it, all the marbles will fall out. So the people would know you had been snooping around in their bathroom. So my fear would be that would happen. So I don't. Some things you ain't supposed to know.
Got a commercial like that where the woman opens up and all the stuff falls out.
I'm not talking about
get away.
If I'm Lord, Dad, cover your
you are visiting.
If I'm visiting a male
for
friend
an extended period of time,
yes, I'm going to look in your medicine.
Yeah, I do.
I do
because I need a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, I look in your top drawer when you're in the bathroom. I'm looking at everything. I was just gonna say. Yeah,
usually, if it's a bachelor pad, there's nothing in there. There might be like a bar of soap and something. And that's it. There's
when Gil and I were dating early on, I think it was like within a month, he went out of town and left his key with me. I went through everything in his apartment. all up underneath the furniture and everything. I'm in the kitchen, opening cabinets. I was like, as a matter of fact, who did I take with me? And
not
then,
me, not me, Gail.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you because I just told, but okay, it's 28 years.
He's somewhere calling a lawyer right now.
But it was so funny because my cousins, all 119, yes, because we had a book club meeting. All the cousins were at my place. I was like, come on, girl, let's go down to this guy's apartment because I needed to check him out. But yeah, I do stuff like that. I'm okay with it.
Now the thing is, I won't go through your phone because my mother always told me don't do that. But I will go through your medicine cabinet. I'm gonna go through your medicine cabinet because I need to know.
And my mother told me that too. She said, whatever you search for, you're gonna find it.
Yeah.
But
I need to know if you have a health condition. I need to find that out.
Funny you say that because there was just a story on what's this app that I subscribe to where people can write their own stories. Medium.
Uh-huh.
And
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, yes, it's really cool. But anyway, it was a dude, and he had been dating this guy, and they only met up at hotels, and homeboy had a work meeting the next morning, and so he left, and the other dude stayed, and so of course he left his overnight bag thing,
yeah.
In the bathroom, and he started nosing through it and found his HIV medicine
that he didn't tell, so he did not tell him that he was HIV.
Right, and this was like 7-8 dates into it, so they had stopped using protection.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you know what? People usually don't tell you. I don't think. I could be wrong. I know this is Ask Alma, and y'all chime in the chat. I don't think people tell you the truth about stuff like that.
Lots of things.
Until like way in, because they want you to be totally into them. And I also think maybe there's some embarrassment with different things. And like people don't have those conversations up front. Like they should. And I do think they should. And that's what they do in a Lifetime movie. But I think in real life.
and then they get killed, and they wonder why they
that's some stuff right there.
That's why you gotta go through the medicine cabinet. You should have never been in the hotel room. You should have been at his house in the medicine cabinet, and then you would have found it out.
I'm backing you up, Courtney. I'm backing you up.
That is so funny. But I do think, some people say they ask for test results. I know. I have heard of that people are like, I want to see your test results.
That's the first
thing. With certain HIV medicines, just to put it out there, when you've been on it a long time, you could test negative. Yeah, so sometimes getting an HIV test, the person be like, okay.
Right, we good.
Because I'm going to test negative because it's so small in their system.
Because Magic Johnson
hasn't registered.
Yeah,
he's been testing negative for years.
Positive, probably 15, 20 years.
Wow. I know, Sherelle, I agree with you. I've been married so long as I don't really have to worry about that, I guess. Although I did go to the doctor and I told her, I said, I really want to be tested. She was like, why? I was like, could be just because. And she was like, as long as you've been married, you're good. I was like, I think so too.
10-year window or something.
But can I be tested? It felt like you should be just because. Like, just it doesn't have anything to do with the number of years you've been married. And I totally, support and believe my husband, but I still should be able to be tested if I want to be tested. Right. She didn't even know what I was doing. She was like saying, oh, I know your husband, but you kind of know me. So just test me, sis.
Don't be asking questions either.
I know.
Take out the test.
Can you just draw my blood? Thank you.
Now see how far the Cheesecake Factory took us.
Oh my gosh, I know. Okay, we got to do the disclaimer because one of our questions this week is really, really good, and I want to hear what y'all have to say about it.
Okay.
So, let's listen to the disclaimer.
All materials and information presented on this episode of Ask Alma are for general information and entertainment purposes only. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are those of the host and guests and do not represent the views or opinions of the National Newspaper Publishers Association.
Thank you, Lori. We want to thank Lori for being our voiceover. Yes, she does a fantastic job. Okay, let's listen to the first question.
Hello, Alma and panelists, and hello to your audience. I'm Lori Grant, tonight's voiceover recording artist. I have the pleasure of reading our questions for the evening. So, here we go. Hi, Alma. I'm divorced and I have full custody of my kids. My ex-wife had a prestigious position, and we both agreed it would be best. Fast forward 5 years, and all is very well with me and my children. I am not interested in reconciling with their mother. But she recently decided she no longer wants to continue working in her hectic field and has decided to move back to the area. Although I'm happy about it for me and my children, here's the hitch. She has asked me if she can stay with us until she finds a place to live. I don't think it's a good idea, but she said it in front of the kids. Of course, they want her to stay. What do you think, Alma? Is this a good idea?
Okay, this is a friend to recap. So I'm gonna let y'all tell him what to do before I give my 2 cents worth. But he was married, he's divorced, he has full custody of the kids. The mom is coming back to the area and she is going to find a place to live, obviously. But she has asked him, can she stay with him until she finds said place to live? What y'all thinking about on that one?
Well, if she's got a whole bunch of loot, she can stay anywhere. She don't have to stay in our house.
So that would be a no.
So this is his ex-wife with mother of the kids.
Yes, I'm a little bit twisted and complicated because what I would do is let her move in the house, be with the kids, and then I would leave until she found her place.
I know somebody who did that too.
I would say, here, you stay here with your children. They're your kids. Here, you stay here till you find a place, and I'll go stay with my girlfriend or wherever.
Actually, Dee, I'm going back and forth with somebody on a question that they submitted because something was similar to this, but then the husband had some kind of knee surgery and needed to be on one floor, so they switched or something. But we'll bring that question another time.
Okay.
But Courtney, would you let your ex stay with you until...
Oh, it's a strong no. And it's a no in front of the kids. You knew what you was asking when you asked me in front of them kids. I would be like, Daddy is going to find his own place and he's going to spend a lot of time with you, but not in this house. Why would you ask me something like that in front of them kids? You know I'm going to say no. But they wouldn't ask me anything like that. So that's the other part. They know the answer's no.
And Lee, what would you do, sir, Mayor?
No, hell no. I mean, it's
really
no. It's totally ridiculous. I mean, they divorced for a reason.
Yes, they are.
So there's no need to. Maybe she has another motive about trying to come back and move in, but no, that's just.
You even know if there's no motive. No.
Even though when there's no motive,
okay.
Just innocent, and she was just asking. I mean, that no, it's awkward. It's uncouth.
Right. Even in front of the kids, though. Like she's saying, I can hang out with the kids and be here a little bit before.
How old are the kids?
They are under 10.
See, why would you do that?
No. Wait, not all 3 of them. One is close. One is over.
So they're on opposite sides of 10, like around that same area.
Maybe I missed it, but who has the kids?
The husband.
So
the husband has full custody.
That says something right there. She must be raggedy.
That's not true.
If she has this fantastic job, she can afford to find a place quickly or stay at a hotel, or there's so many options.
Yeah, like you could do an extended stay. And a lot of hotels will work with you. Like if you are going to stay there for a long time, they'll work with you. If your friend is listening, they will work with her on the rates. Okay, so she doesn't have to stay.
Well, the extended stays are, that's what they are. So she could stay. She doesn't even have to work anything else. She could find one. Or Airbnb. There's all kinds of options.
Yeah, but I would
like he's going to be the bad guy if he says no, since the kids know that
he could say no to her privately, and then she could tell them, well, mommy's decided to get an Airbnb with swimming pool, so you guys can come over whenever you want until I get my permanent house.
Yeah.
Let her be.
Thank you, Boogaloo. Where is the humanity on this show tonight?
If she was home, If she was homeless or something like that, then that would be one thing. If she was homeless or destitute and had no other option, then that's a completely different question. But you got a whole job. No, you don't need to stay with me. I can help you find an extended stay. Especially me, because I work at a hotel. So I can get you a break. I can hook you
and
right on up. But you ain't going to
Right.
be here.
No. I would need to know more about, well, it's still a no, but I would need to know more about how a dad got custody of 3 kids.
Because she had the situation with the 2 of them. She's not raggedy. Honestly, she's not.
Okay.
And she had a prestigious position. Like she was at work 24/7, made a lot of money. Okay. And so when they decided that she, when they split up and everything, that she would pursue that, and he was in a better place to take the kids. That's why he ended up with the children, and she went along with it and everything. But she can't sustain that. Like you wear out after a while. And so she wants to change, obviously she can change positions. She's very smart. She has her couple of degrees. She'll be fine. But she was just saying, I'm coming back, and I can stay here until I find my place.
That still
and they sound like they get along.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. I mean, if she was making all this money, she could have worked out childcare. You know what I mean?
But childcare,
it's not that. It's not that kind of situation. If she had the prestige, well, you know what? No one ever questions if a man does that.
Right.
Well, they do question when a woman. Judges don't usually give kids,
but they agree.
But you can, having a little bit of experience with divorce, and none of you have, you can make that decision in the court. Well, no, but I mean the court will agree to that. That's not if you agree that the child will stay with the husband or the wife, it's not a court battle. It's just a decision that the parents make.
And I have a good friend. I have a good friend who did that. They went through a divorce. It was amicable. And at the time, the stepfather took all 3. One of them was not hers. He just made more money. Yeah. And he said he wanted to. He was like, I'm in a better position to take care of them financially. It had nothing to do with her as a mother. So
But it sounds like she was making the money though, right?
Yes, she was making money. But he makes money too. Like he has I don't want to say regular job, but he was not making the money that she was making. At all.
But her absence was really based on the requirements of her job, not the money, right?
Right, the requirements of the job. Yeah. And speaking of fathers who do take there's a person that I know that his wife had an affair and had a child. And then they weren't going to be together. They were splitting up, and she was like, well, I'm not taking the kids, like referring to the kids that belong to them and the one that didn't belong to him, and he raised all of them, and that they are wonderful. I mean, I thought that was so admirable.
It is.
Yes,
I have a friend that's raising his
I'm sorry, I ain't raising nobody.
Most of my brother-in-laws raise their kids on their own.
Yeah. But I don't know many. Now he's the only one that I know.
Well, you know too, but
yeah.
Well, but my friend, the one I was just talking about, but when they got together, she had her daughter. Her daughter was a toddler.
Yeah.
And he took her.
So he raised her from when they got together until they weren't together anymore,
kids, right? And then when they got a divorce, he said, "I'm not gonna separate them."
Yeah.
And he's raised her, and he took all of them.
Yeah, and that's cool. But you got a baby from cheating on me. I'm not taking care of your baby.
Well, he did. He raised both of them as siblings, and they know that they are siblings. And the other one, because I don't want to say who he is, the other one knows how,
that's not it. That's not
right. But he said to her, I am your father. Because she has nothing to do with the other. And he was like, I want y'all to be together.
Right.
And I think like I don't even think, like she had issues.
I was going to ask, what happened to the mama?
She had issues. She went on about her business. She still got issues. And like she almost like a man went on to something else and now has like kids with somebody else, like,
and not taking care of the other kids.
I know a woman who did that 3 times. Like, she had kids with one guy and they were in a relationship and they weren't together anymore and she left. And then she was in a relationship with another guy. She had kids with him and then she left. Like, she never took her kids when she left. And then the 3rd time she's got, a couple with this guy. And I don't know, they're still together right now, but she completely cuts off her like woman parental thing. And for the first time I realized that not all women have that feeling.
Maternal instinct you're not born with it.
Sounds like she got a puppy mill.
She got and she straight up like moves on. And moves on and never takes her kids. But I sort of thought about, though, that ain't a bad thing, because guys do it all the time.
It's bad when they do it too.
It's a bad thing.
Bad all around.
It's a bad thing on either side.
It is hurtful to the children. It is definitely hurtful to the children. But yeah, women and men do it.
So Alma, what is your answer for the husband and the wealthy lady?
Well, I think for the sake of having a long written column, I could say, like DeSheryl said, we can sign a document saying, you got 2 weeks. You can stay here for 2 weeks and you need to be on your way. Because here's the other thing. Remember, I said I know this person. He dates. So what is that? Like, your date, the person that you're dealing with right now, you can't call her and say, like, okay, I need to kick it at your house right now because my ex is staying.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I'm gonna come kick it at your house. My ex-wife's gonna stay with our kids till she finds her place.
That's too much.
I'm not. Even if he was to say something like that, it's a no. Because why?
Yeah, it's a no.
I mean, I get it that people get along and stuff like that, but no, I'm sorry. As a woman, I wouldn't be okay with that because what? Right. Especially if you tell me she has money, why is she staying with you? No.
Exactly. Yeah. I think, she could.
Thank you, Courtney.
It could be a no. I think, in real life, it could be a no. But, a part of me thinks 2 weeks, what? It's not a long time.
Somebody gonna get shot. Somebody gonna get shot.
What's gonna happen in them 2 weeks? Yeah. The kids, when she says she about to leave, they're gonna be like,
right. Oh, want mommy to go.
Yeah. And then you're gonna have to deal with that. She gonna be living in her luxury
they've lived without her for years, so they'll adjust as they have.
But majority, like everybody in the chat, is saying no too. So I guess the majority of people would say no, you can't stay here, which I think would be a difficult conversation. But I mean, it might be best.
Not really.
If she did not.
Lee's yelling no from the door. Don't even pull up in the garage. She drive by.
I would have said no in front of the kids. It wouldn't have been a hesitation. No.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think something should have been said like right there in the moment, not the silence.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea for mommy to come here. But we're gonna help her find her own place.
Yeah. I'm with Sherelle. Not difficult at all.
Because what else? Sometimes they could be an ex or partner or friend or cousin or whatever. Some people can move in your space and you cannot legally kick them out. Y'all know a lot of people.
Like the woman,
rights,
where's the woman right now? What is it, California or something?
The Airbnb lady is talking
about. Yeah, she's still there. She's not going. Yeah.
The people whose house she living in, they ought to be glad. That she ought to be glad that they are a certain persuasion, because
they're legal, law-abiding citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they were from Compton, she would be moved.
Yeah. If they had an Uncle Dickie, because I had an Uncle Dickie who roll up on you. Okay. And he sell your stuff in the house.
That's what I'm saying. You might get out with the clothes on your back.
You be out passing out flyers looking for them.
Yeah. And one shoe.
Right. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. This was the question that I thought was the one that had the most drama attached to it tonight.
Oh wow.
All right, let's listen to the next question.
Hey Alma, how long should I wait for my partner to ask me to marry him? He's been married before, and when we met, he said he never wanted to get married again. That was 7 years ago. I thought, since we're completely right for one another and our relationship could not be better, he'd ask me to marry him by now. But he continues to say he won't get married again. I want to get married. We absolutely love each other completely. What should I do?
Okay, I know two people who think this is them. It is not. It is not. And I do want to add these two people do not live together, but they have been in a relationship. And she's never been married. She wants to get married. But here's the thing. Now, okay, DeSheryl, I thought that too. But actually, I was thinking, if you are in a relationship that matches everything that you want, is marriage that important?
Well, yes. That was what I was
to her.
Yes.
To her, not to him.
And I don't understand what do you think it means when someone says never?
Right.
And 7 years later, they still saying never. It was never 7 years ago. It's never today.
I know someone who said he was never going to get married again in 2007. And he's had 3 women waiting, over time.
Yeah.
It ain't happening. Like, if you want to be married and the man you're with says, or vice versa, says, I don't want to ever be married, you need to
believe them.
But is it
something you want?
But is it more important to be married or in a great relationship?
Well, for some people, it's important to have both.
Right. Because what if you said they don't live together, right? I'm sorry, Miss.
They do not. They do not live together. No, they do not live together. But they have a great life.
Well, and some people are okay with great lives. We know people who have been together for decades and enjoy the life that they have, and they're not married. Right. If she wants to be married and he says he's never going to do it, she needs to find somebody who will.
Or reconcile.
Or reconcile that it's not going to happen, right?
That it's not going to happen.
Have the great relationship or have a marriage with someone else.
A committed great relationship,
right?
Yes. Yeah. Tina, what do you mean by both? She says both.
I think when you were saying, is it more important to have a marriage or a great relationship? Right. I think she's saying both.
Because I think if you would have asked me that in front of 50, I would tell you marriage was important. On the other side of 50, I just don't think that.
But you married, Miss Alma. You married.
Yeah, right. For 110 years.
But
she's been married since Moses.
Really, the only trepidation about that comes into play with, once we get older and one person gets sick and, dividing assets, insurance, all the inheritance, all that kind of stuff. But because we live in a modern society now, most states have made provisions for that.
Yeah.
So it's no longer as traditional and as dyed in the wool as it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think that, and I also think depending on the situation, like what if there's kids involved? Then it becomes a whole mess. If someone
it's not going to be. It's not because she's past it's been so long.
Yeah.
I would venture to say that having kids is not really an option now.
Well, but he doesn't have kids either.
No, he has kids.
That's what I mean. Marriage. Like, if let's just say they live together or whatever. I don't know, common law and all that stuff. If he passes away and the kids want to, you know what I mean? Like, fight about what's being left over and all of that stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. They need to do that now.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
But you can do that now without the marriage. Like it used to be, you had to be married to do almost anything. But now you can insure people. You can have will. You can do all of that without
have a living will and everything's good to go. Everything's good to go.
So the other thing that I tie into this, which I think is a little bit unfair, is when people get married and the first one is not successful, and the breakup of that is what they use to as a barometer of if they should get married again. And I think that is pretty sad too.
Yeah.
Well, it could be that you get married and you discover that you're not a married person.
Right.
Maybe that first marriage teaches you that you're just not meant to be married to someone. That kind of commitment doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
So if you, I think it's admirable if you say, I'm not that dude or I'm not that woman. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So he marries her, and then
for that reason, though, that reason, not because you were heartbroken during your first relationship. Because there are a lot of people. I mean, I know some people who the first relationship was bad, and they just have not given themselves or recovered exactly from the first bad relationship. Because that's another thing on the other side of 50. I regret all of my no's. I'm gonna put it out there. This preacher's daughter regrets every no she said because you only live one time.
Yeah, but sometimes that gives people an out. And what I mean by that is, rather than take responsibility for how the marriage went wrong, they blame it on the institution, and not the situation. I mean, it's just like. Yeah, that's just like saying I dated a redhead and she was crazy, so I will never date another redhead.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so it's kind of ridiculous.
I wonder if, and I guess you could speak to this. Y'all could speak to this. I know because I haven't been married before, but a lot of people say that marriage is like a mirror. So when you're married, it shows you, like the things about yourself that you're not willing to admit to yourself. That someone says, you know what, you do this thing. You know what I'm saying? You make me feel this way. Or you're selfish. And you may not have ever thought you were selfish. And then the person says, these are all the reasons that you're selfish. And then now you have to take stock and say, well, am I selfish? Am I bad with money? Am I this? Am I that? And some people don't want to have to
address
the things about themselves that would make the marriage work. They'd rather just say, I'm not happy and leave. I'm asking, is that true? Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's blanket, but I do think that it happens. To my similar point is that, people sometimes don't want to take accountability for their screw up. They want to blame the institution.
Right.
And like you said, it's, am I a bad manager? Am I a bad listener? Am I a bad talker, whatever the case is. You know? I mean, relationships are difficult.
Relationships are very difficult. Married or not married.
Right.
People are still being married. Beautiful wedding and everything.
48 years. Right. You're married 40 years. And every other day, there's something that we could have an argument about. After 40 years. Yeah. But we choose not to. Right. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it ain't that
serious.
And Lee and Sherelle jump in this too, because Sherelle and her husband have been married for a long time too. But Lee too, instead of saying, I understand what you're saying when you say, it's not even worth it, because we did a lot of that during COVID. We were stuck in the house together.
Right.
We did a lot of okay, I'm just gonna let that go.
Yeah, right.
But the thing
don't say it again.
Right. But the thing is, you're not just saying I'm gonna let it go for the sake of letting it go. I think over time that you have been with another person, you kind of know this person. So you're saying, we don't have to focus on what was wrong so much as why don't we figure out how to not get to this place again and deal with each other in the way that the other person understands it. Because I think that's a big thing that people don't talk about in marriages. It's not really for a Gil to be what I want him to be. It is for me to accept him the way that he is. That is what marriage and commitment is about. And I think that's part of what this woman, I get it. Marriage, you go buy a white dress, you do all of that stuff. I get it. But marriage doesn't make for a great relationship. What you really have to ask yourself is, can you endure not trying to make somebody who you want them to be? but allowing them to be who they are.
But that applies to friendships too. If you have friendships that have been 40, 50, 60-year long friendships, you have done that. But people don't do the same for the people they choose as spouses.
Right, exactly. You have more, I don't want to say compassion, but you'll let friends get away with more, and then you're trying.
Or you'll have a discussion about something, but then you will either shut down or argue with your mate about a similar thing.
Yeah, I don't mind a good 6 hours of you on your side, I'm on my side. That really doesn't bother me too much. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. After 20, because I know it is, and I know that's a personality thing for me, and I know it's not gonna last all night, and we'll be fine. But I'm okay with I'm gonna let you cool down for a minute and go over here and do something else. And I don't sit over there and call you names in my mind. I ain't over there hoping you trip down the stairs. I'm over there doing some stuff that I really want to do. Right, and then we can come back together. Because the other thing that I tell Gil all the time, I was sort of raised by my dad when it comes to relationships. So I'm not one of those women that you got to guess or you got to wonder or you got to figure out. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think, what I feel, what I think is a good idea for us. Like, I'm all in to talk about it. I can post things on the mirror. You want to know what to buy me for my birthday? Here it is right here. I cut it out the magazine for you. See that thing right there? That's what I want. Like, I'm so into that.
Yeah, buy it yourself and then say, this is what you bought me.
Right. Because it's
like when people say, I don't want you to give me anything, and they get mad because you didn't do it. Like, they get mad because they did exactly what you said. We play this kind of mind games and stuff, and that'll ruin a relationship.
One of my buddies fell for that one time, and I told him leading up to Christmas, I said, dude, don't believe that. No. I said, don't believe that. But I said, don't believe that. Because Christmas morning, he had 10 things, and she ain't had nothing. And it was hot up in there for the rest of the Christmas. But DeShero makes a really good point too. Now, like you're saying, Alma, guys, we tend to not hold grudges.
Yeah.
Guys are like, we can. Most of the time we
generally don't. You don't, right?
It's like like me and my boys, and y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We just cuss each other out and just move on. In the next 10, 15 minutes, it's like, y'all gonna get something to eat. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's how you do siblings.
They was a stack of MFs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so dudes tend to do that, but Cheryl makes a good point. She said that, when you have a jealous spouse,
right,
that's a different
That's a whole different thing.
That's a different dynamic. You know?
And you know what? I think what worked for us, which was fantastic. I had a jealous moment with Gil early on. And he basically was like, that's not gonna work. Like, if anything, I'm gonna need you to know under any and all circumstances, it's me and you going home together. But you can't not allow me to have conversations with women, or because and really, it is true.
It is unrealistic.
It's unrealistic. Exactly. Yeah.
Look at me. Now, if that made her crazy. Y'all know me.
Right. And my husband is just like you.
Oh, yeah. Gil and I very
He's just like you.
Equally social.
All the women we know, all the women that we talk to want to talk to us. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. And he had female friends, and actually, the 3 of them he is still friends with. That 4th one, I said, not on that one, because I knew she was thinking something different. And you usually know that because you're a woman, so you know. But the other ones have become best friends of mine. But
I go to their houses and fix stuff.
Yes, so does Gil. I send Gil on to the Christmas parties, to the employee, anything. Gil flew down to North Carolina and stayed with D one night because he was trying. Now, this is hilarious because y'all know he used to like to travel so much, and he needed points, Southwest points. He was like, if I go to North Carolina, I can stay with D, and then I got like 1,500 points.
So he can fly to Seattle for a week, right?
Right. So he can fly to Seattle for a week.
He flew to me for like $59.
Right.
We went to eat. I went in my room. He stayed in the living room at 4:00 in the morning. He woke me up, said, "Take me back to the airport." I drove him back to the airport, and then he had his points.
And he got his points. He went to Seattle, and that's it. Because the other thing he said to me, which is very, very true, I don't have to be away from home to do something.
Right.
Like I could do something when I want to do something. So either you're going to trust me until something happens, but if nothing happens, then you
if
have
I never
to
give you a reason.
Right. If I don't give you a reason, you have to let me be me. And I was okay with it, but that was something that we talked about. I didn't come into the relationship knowing it. It was something that I did give into and learn early on. Yeah. Right. And that's the thing, because you still got to be yourself. Yeah. Go ahead, Lee.
I just wanted to say before we end this conversation, just a shout out to DeSheryl. She's having a difficult situation. She's in a difficult situation. Yeah. And so be careful.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open. And, if you ever need help, you call one of us.
Right. Yes. And she's very smart. We know you're smart enough to navigate what is happening.
Be careful.
Yes.
Because dudes can get crazy.
Follow your gut.
Follow your gut. Yeah.
Follow your gut. Because this is the other thing that, and I know we're going over a little bit on the show, but I want to bring this up since Gil and DeSheryl tapped on that. So I was watching this show the other night, and this woman was in a horrible relationship. And she was taking the kids for their weekend with the husband, who was horrible. Mm-hmm. And then when she got there and dropped off the kids, like he jumped all on her and was like, if he crazy, don't take your kids over there and don't trust. Because this was the thing where he lived. It was no cell phone service.
Oh, wow.
Because her friend was like, you don't need to go there because it's no cell phone service.
Right.
Like, you won't be able to call us to come and help you because where he is. Like, we won't know. And she was like, I gotta go drop my kids off. Not really, girl. Like, I think deep down when you're putting yourself in danger, and never put that above like whatever the guy is asking for. It's really not worth it.
Right. Because you could either meet in a different place or meet.
Right.
Like, I have a friend, not to put her business out there, but because the situation is so crazy with her ex and his wife, they just do it at the grandparents' house. They don't see each other at all. So when he wants to see his daughter, he has to go there, and they have to correlate that way because it's just too toxic for them to even try.
Too toxic. Right. And women, you ain't changing nobody. Yeah. Now that's a good Ask Alma answer for you tonight. You ain't changing him. Right. Period.
That's right.
Okay. Your kindness, right, all of that ain't gonna change him. You got what you got. Okay.
And she is who she is. Like they're equally insane.
Yes, people. Absolutely. Crazy.
They are who they are. And sometimes we look in their eyes and we see it, but we look for other things. Like if you see crazy, you pay attention to it.
And I hear a lot of women say, well, I thought if I was an example to him of what love is, that he would, no, girl, no, that's not your place.
That kind of sounds like the person's question. Like, I guess to me, the question originally, like, I guess she feel like because the relationship is so great, or that because
he should want to get married.
He should want to get married. That she was going to change his mind. It had nothing to do with that. He already has in his mind that he doesn't want to. So
if a guy says, I don't want to get married, I don't want to have kids, he knows. Right. He just told you, I don't want to do those two things. And
that's very different than, I really haven't thought about it. Or, maybe down the road, that is very different than never. I never want to do this.
Yeah. This was great. It's always great when we have Courtney and Lee on here. Y'all, Ask Alma family members. And thanks everybody for the conversation. It was really fantastic tonight. I enjoyed it.
We had some very astute comments from
who wrote it? Respect the no. I just saw that.
Sherelle.
No is a complete sentence.
That's right.
Yes. No. And Sherelle, we're looking forward to Team Sherelle being on the show, upcoming episode. We have Tracy and DJ on an upcoming episode. So y'all make sure you come back and see us. Now, next Tuesday, Courtney, you running the show, right?
Yes.
yes. Y'all come back and see my name
for the screen, like yes, because they probably like again. again.
So you need to send her lipstick before next Tuesday.
Yes,
okay.
so get the lipstick.
I'm looking for a good plum. That's what I'm looking for.
This comes
Jackie Blaze. Jackie Blaze. Look at that, huh?
Hi,
Jackie.
Jackie. So good to see you
man,
tonight.
I love Jackie Blaze. Yeah.
I know. Thank you for watching. This is fantastic. You guys have a great week, and take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.
Bye-bye.